Hari Om. So, today we will start with the Karaka analysis. So far whatever we have, we are looking at the tools. We have not yet gone into the theory except the phonology, shiksha, some part from phonology was covered yesterday, phonology and phonetics in the morning yesterday. And now the next thing in the sequence of when we analyze any language, the first of course is how to represent the speech in a written form. Then the written text now is to be processed. So it's a continuous string. Now that continuous string we need to do the padapatha. How to do the padapatha etc. we will see later, and how to do the parichaya analysis of those padas, vishleshanas. Once we have the vishleshana of padas available to us, then how do we go for the karaka analysis? That is, how do we establish the relations between words? That is the next step. So let me ask you some questions. Ramaha vanam gacchati. This is the sentence. Now, how do you establish the relations between these three words? There are three padas. How do you establish the relations between Ramaha, Vanam and Gacchati? What is the relation of Ramaha with Gacchati? What is the relation of Vanam with Gacchati? What is the relation of Ramaha with Gacchati? Karta. Karta relation. Karta sambandha is there. So Ramaha is Karta. Okay. And Vanam is Karma. How do you know that Vanam is Karma? Because it is in Dvitiya Vibhakti. Ramaha Vanam Mandam Gacchati. It is also in Dvitiya Vibhakti or not? So the reason you gave is because it is in Dvitiya Vibhakti, it is karma. Is this correct? Are you getting the point? Okay. Let me take another example. Yanam, Vanam, Gacchati. Which one is karta and which is karma? Yanam is karta. Vanam is karma. Now why? Why Yanam is karta? Vanam is also Napunsakaling. Why? Why? What is the reason?
Because the bus is going.
Yanam is doer.
Okay.
How to make the computer give you same answer.
Okay. So what I want to think you is how you come to this conclusion. How are you coming to the conclusion that Yanam is the karta and Vanam is the karma? Now, in this case, you said it is Dvitiya. I have given counter example. Then here, Yanam and Vanam, both of them are Napunsakalinga. Both of them are in Prathama and Dvitiya. Okay? So, both of them have an ability to become karta as well as karma. Yanam can be karta, Vanam can be karta. Yanam can also be karma, Vanam can also be karma. Just if we just look at the vibhaktis. But you are not just looking at the vibhaktis. You say doer. Okay? Who is doing it? So what you are looking at looking is not only the vibhakti part, but also its meaning of the word yana. Okay? You are not just looking at the vibhaktis. So you are looking at the padarthas, not just the padas. Let me take one more example. Ramena Banena Vali Dirgha. Vali It is Rasva.
That Shabda is Inanta Shabda. Wali, Walino, Walina. Wali Shabda. Wali means Shabda.
Inanta Shabda. Valin. विसर्गम नास्ति परंतु वाली Okay, so we have this example. Now tell me what are the relations of various words. Ramena, what is it? What is the kriya here? Hanana kriya. Okay. Who is the karta? Rama. Now how do you know Rama is karta here? So you are looking at the meanings. Okay, you are going to padarthas. Without going to padarthas, can you decide? Suppose Banena is not there. Ramena Vali Hataha. Can you say Rama is karta without looking at the padarthas? Just by looking the padas. No? Do you remember certain rules from Karak Prakarana? Kartrukaranayoho Tritiya. Okay? What does it say? Karta will be in Tritiya Vibhakti when? Anabhihite. Okay? If something is not said, expressed, then if karta is not expressed, it will take Tritiya Vibhakti. So here we have this Tritiya Vibhakti. Ramena. So this is, now it can be karta or karana. Kartrukaranayoho Tritiya. It can be karta or karana. This also can be karta or karana. So we see lot of ambiguities. Why? We say that Panini's grammar is very perfect, we should not have such ambiguities, etc. Why are we getting all these ambiguities then? Panini has given rules. We are using same rules. Now why we are getting all these problems? Can anybody say something on this? See, let us understand the process of communication, and let us see for whom Panini has given the rules, and then let us see how we can use them for computational purpose. The communication is between the speaker and listener. Okay? The speaker has some thoughts in his mind. He wants to express something. So he decides on what will be the form of the action, then who are the actors involved in this, etc. So he does the Nirnaya of the Karakas. Okay? So for example, Ramaha Vanam Gacchati, he wants to express the Gati. There are many Gatyarthak Dhatus. He chooses Gam as the Dhatu. He wants to express it with the Gam Dhatu. Then name of the person who is going and where he is going. So he wants to use the word Rama, not Dasharatha Putra, Kaushalya, Nandana, etc. He says, yes, I will use the word Rama. I will use the word Vana, not Aranya, etc. So he had chosen this. So whatever concepts he has in mind, he has now chosen the lexicon. And also he decides, he wants to express the kriya which is happening in present tense. So he decides that yes, I want to express this in Vartamana Kala, and the focus is on Rama. So he wants Rama to be the karta and Vana to be karma. So he has decided the role of each of the atoms which he had chosen. And then, well, how the assignment of roles, etc. take place, again, it's not arbitrary. It's based on semantics again. You have various definitions of what is karta, what is karma, etc. So it's all driven by those concepts, and you have these assignments. And from here to vibhakti, now we have very well defined rules. So once you know Rama, once the karta decides to express Rama as karta and Vana as karma, Vartaman Kal, and Kartari Prayoga. Then, if it is Kartari Prayoga, then Abhihita will be Karta. And now you have the rules, Anabhihite, okay, and then Karmani Dvitiya. So this karma, Vana will take Dvitiya Vibhakti, and you have Rama, because it's already expressed, so it will have the Prathama Vibhakti. And after this, all your prakriya starts. Gama plus Gam plus Tip, etc. and you get Gacchati. Rama plus Su, you get Ramaha. Vana plus you get Vanam. So you get this sentence. Okay. So now the listener has listened this. And now the reverse process starts taking place. See, this is where the speaker has uttered something. So some process has gone in his mind. All this is imaginary. Okay? It's not that when we speak, when we want to say something, all these things are happening in our mind. This is this is how Panini has modeled the whole process of communication from speaker to the listener. Now the listener has listened this, and how he understands it. This is the Shabda Bodha Prakriya. Okay? The Shabdas, they have listened, the listener has listened the Shabdas. Now Bodha occurs out of these Shabdas. How this process takes place, Shabda Bodha, how it takes place. We have now the reverse steps. So we have this sentence, look at the vibhaktis, then guess the karakas, and then you have the Shabda Bodha. Okay? But then when we go in the backward direction, reverse direction, there are more than one possibilities. What happens is, for example, Ramaha vanam gacchati, this was very simple. We had here Dvitiya Vibhakti, but vanam can also be in Prathama. Okay? Why then vanam is not karta? Why Ramaha is karta? When we go in this direction, we have all these multiple possibilities, and there will be some constraints which will force us to select one over the other. The constraints will drive us to select the proper analysis. And those constraints, as all of you are aware of, are governed by these concepts: akanksha, yogyata and sannidhi. Okay? These are the constraints which will drive you to the correct solution. So now what is this akanksha? All these things Varkhede sir has already discussed in his earlier lecture, so I will not go in all those details, but in short let me explain whatever is necessary. So this gam dhatu, it has an expectancy for karta and karma, because this is the sakarmak dhatu. So it has an expectancy for karta and it has an expectancy for karma. So now this being in kartari prayoga, we know karta is expressed abhihita, so karta is in prathama. Ramaha is also in prathama, vanam is also in prathama. So when we go in backward direction, we say that yes, vanam can also be karta, and Ramaha is also a possible candidate for karta. I am saying possible candidate, okay? Both of them are possible candidates for karta because both of them are in prathama vibhakti. They are the potential candidates. And for karma, we have only vanam, because vanam has dvitiya vibhakti analysis. So when you see on machine, when you run a sentence through the anusarak interface, when you give this Ramaha vanam gacchati, machine produces first all possible analysis, morphological analysis, and then it also shows you what are the possible karak assignments. Who are the possible kartas, who are all the possible karmas, etc. Okay? And then now there are certain constraints. One constraint is, see, this vanam, as was explained yesterday, has two parts. Though it is a pada, by suptigantam padam is one pada, but if we look at the meaningful units, there are two meaningful units. So shaktam padam, if we take that definition of the Nayayikas, then vana has also shakti. Shakti is the relation between pada and padartha. Pada padartha yoho sambandha shakti. So vana has some meaning it is it is a pada. Also conveys some meaning. Okay. Now this cannot convey two meanings. Now this vanam we can either split as vana plus su or vana plus These are two possibilities. Now out of these two, one is to be chosen because it can have only one meaning in a context. So the constraints are when we utter a sentence, all the words should be related. It's not that we just have some words in sentence which are not at all related with other words, etc. All the words which are there in a sentence, they should have relation with each other. Okay. Otherwise, then if some of the words are not related, then we will have to treat them as two different sentences. Okay. So if all the words are to be related, that means each one of them should have some role with other words. Now we have here Ramaha, which can only be karta. And therefore we assign this karta role to Ramaha because it cannot have any other role. We select this and then karma role to vanam. That's it. Okay. But suppose we have yanam vanam gacchati. Then vanam can be either karta or karma. And yanam can also be either karta or karma. Okay? Both yanam and vanam can both be either karta or karma. But then at a time they can have only one role, just as we ourselves have various roles. I am a mother, I am a teacher, I am a daughter, okay, I am a wife. So we have various roles. But in a context, now at this point in time, I am just a teacher. Okay. So in a given context, every word has only one role. So either we can have this solution that yanam is karta and vanam is karma, or we can consider this as the solution, yanam is karma and vanam is karta. Okay. Now so here this is as per the akanksha. Gacchati, the gam dhatu has akanksha for karta and karma, and both of them are possible. Now the role of yogyata comes in. Now yogyata says that we have dhatu, gam dhatu, okay. So the karta of this gam kriya, gacchati kriya, gamana kriya, should be something which is movable, chala. Okay. Achala cannot be the karta for gacchati. Okay. And therefore we give preference to yanam as karta and vanam as karma, but not yanam as karma and vanam as karta. I am saying we give preference. The other is also possible. If we go for other meanings, lakshana, vyanjana, meaning of gacchati, yanam is movable. That's what I am saying. Vanam is not movable. Vanam is achala, yanam is chala, and therefore yanam is karta and vanam is karma. This we prefer. But if we, instead of going for Abhida, if we go for the extended meanings of the word Gacchati, or even extended meanings of Vana, etc. When we say Vana, the people living in the Vana are also referred as Vana. We can refer to them as Vana. Vanavasi? No, but not even Vanavasi. We can even say better example is we have this in standard गांव जा रहा है kind of thing. There is some example in Mahabhashya itself that I am forgetting the example. That पूरा गांव जा रहा है, तो गांव के लोग जा रहे हैं, इस अर्थ में. नहीं, I don't remember the example, but we have No, it's not Puram. The context is So all the people in that, they are going. People in, yes. Okay, yes. This is the example. Thank you, Peter. Yes, Manchaha Kroshanti. So it is the so maybe you can explain, Pavan, this to others. Manchaha Kroshanti.
Manchaha Kroshanti. Manchaha इत्युक्ते पर्यङ्कः. तत्र manchaha इत्युक्ते manchaha कथं क्रोशन्ते, कथम् आक्रोशन्ते manchaha इत्युक्ते तत्र लक्षणया मञ्चस्थ पुरुषः.
No, Gangayam Ghosha is a different kind of example. No. Okay, fine. Okay. So similarly, here I can say Vanam is the Karta, in the sense the people staying in Vana. Where are they going? They are going to the Yana. There is one new car, they want to see the new car, and all of them are going there. Vanam Yanam Gacchati. This is possible. But preferable meaning is this. So Yogyata just tells us to decide which one is a better analysis. Okay? Depending on the context, the preferred analysis will change. Okay? So Yogyata helps us in deciding the priority. Okay? Now let me take another example. Ramaha Dugdham Pitva Shalam Gacchati. Okay? Now there are two kriyas. One is this Pitva, the other one is Gacchati. Gacchati has two expectancies. What are those? Karta and Karma. Pitva also has expectancy for Karta and Karma. Again, Gacchati, this is in Kartari Prayoga. Okay? Therefore, the Karta is Abhihita and Karma should be in Dvitiya Vibhakti. So, the possible karmas for Gacchati are these two. Okay? Ramaha is Karta. For Pitva also we need karmas. Okay, and these are the possible karmas. Okay, and what about the karta of Pitva? Rama. How do you know Rama is karta of Pitva? See, what is the rule? We have, yes, akanksha is there for Pitva. We have an akanksha for karta and karma both. Then using karmani dvitiya, we said that yes, these are possible karmas. This is possible karta. Why? Because possible karta of gacchati, because this is in kartari prayoga and karta is abhihita. Therefore, this one which is in prathama vibhakti is likely to be a karta. In Pitva, what is abhihita? What is the meaning of tva? Yes. So, is there any sutra? What does it say? Tva. What is the meaning of tva? Tva is the, which kind of pratyaya it is? Tva is what kind of pratyaya? Krudanta. Okay? And so Pavan, can you explain the sutra?
सूत्रमस्ति समानकर्तृकयोः पूर्वकाले समानकर्तृकयोः पूर्वकाले यत्र क्रियाद्वयं भवति अधुना तत्र वाक्यं स्वीकुर्मश्चेत् रामः दुग्धं पीत्वा शालां गच्छति इत्यस्ति तत्र क्रियाद्वयमस्ति एका क्रिया पानक्रिया अपरा गमनक्रिया तत्र पूर्वकालिकी या क्रिया अस्ति पानक्रिया तदर्थे त्वाप्रत्ययः भवति रामः दुग्धं पिबति रामः शालां गच्छति एकैव कर्ता अस्ति द्वयोः तत्र पूर्वकालिकी या क्रिया अस्ति आदौ तावत् दुग्धं पिबति अनन्तरं शालां गच्छति पानक्रिया तावत् आदौ अस्ति अतः पूर्वकालिकी या क्रिया अस्ति पानक्रिया तत्र त्वाप्रत्ययः योज्यते अस्माभिः अतः रामः दुग्धं पीत्वा इदागच्छति अत्र को विशेषः तद् उच्यते तत्र द्वाप्रत्ययविषये मया उच्यते तत्र कः विशेषः इति महोदय वक्ष्यति द्वाप्रत्ययं उपसर्गेण प्रत्ययम् अनन्तरं द्वाप्रत्ययः कस्मिन् अर्थे भवति इति पृष्टवती महोदय.
So what is the sutra now? Samana kartrukayoho purvakale. Okay. So samana kartrukayoho with samana karta with what? The gacchati and pitva, they have samana karta. So whatever is the karta of gacchati, pitva will have same karta. Okay. So the kartrutva of kartrutva in Rama for this pitva is not marked here. What is marked is just the kartrutva of gamana kriya. Okay, there is an agreement here. So I will just show it by dotted lines. Okay, this is the karta. Now the question is, we have dugdham. There is an ambiguity here. Now we have to decide. There are two possibilities. Dugdham, whether it is the karma for pitva or for gacchati. Similarly, shalam, whether it is karma for pitva or gacchati. This needs to be decided. Okay? Well, so suppose we have two possibilities. One is this and the other one is this. So either let me draw it this way. One possibility is Dugdham is karma of Pitva and Shalam is karma of Gacchati, and another possibility is Dugdham is karma for Gacchati and Pitva is karma for Shalam. Okay? So this is one possibility and this is another possibility. Shala is the karma for Pitva. Oh, did I say the reverse way? I'm sorry. Shala is the karma for Pitva, but I have drawn the arrow correctly. Okay. Well, and the Dugdham is karma for Gacchati. So we have either this possibility or this possibility. And then again we can appeal to Yogyata. This Dugdham Shalam does not have an Yogyata to be the karma for Pitva. Okay, you cannot drink the school. So this possibility we can rule out on the basis of Yogyata. Okay. Let us have one more example. So this is just, I am trying to illustrate how the concepts of Akanksha, Yogyata and Sannidhi help us in deciding the meaning of a sentence. Okay. Another example is this Prasad. No, not Prasadat Prakshate. Ramaha Gruham Gatva Prasadam Pashyati. Huh? No, I do not want that one. Okay. Okay. So again, let me draw the two possibilities here. See, this is exactly parallel sentence. Okay. So we have here karma and we have here this. This is one possibility, and another possibility is this one. Is it okay? Do you get both the meanings here? First, Ram goes home and then he watches the prasada. Okay? In the another analysis, the stop analysis, Ram first goes to the prasada. Prasadam gatva. Kim pashyati? Gruham pashyati. Okay? Do you see both two different meanings? And there is yogyata in both. Okay? Both are possible. But then, if we really want to say this, we would have said Ramaha prasadam gatva gruham pashyati. Not Ramaha gruham gatva prasadam pashyati. Ramaha gruham gatva prasadam pashyati. No, this needs a pause, etc. here. Ramaha gruham gatva prasadam pashyati. Instead of that, Ramaha, if you really want to give this meaning, convey this meaning, you would have said Ramaha prasadam gatva gruham pashyati. Okay? So, what's happening is, the other, let me write this, Ramaha prasadam gatva gruham pashyati. So see, these are near to each other than this one. Do you see this point? So this is the Sannidhi. Sannidhi helps us in deciding which analysis is more probable. And Sannidhi we can calculate, we find the distance between these. Here the distance, this is the next word. So the distance is suppose 1 unit. If I calculate this distance, this is 1, 2, 3 units. So if we consider this analysis, total distance is 3 plus 1, 4 units. Here Gruham and Gatva distance is 1 unit, and here also it is Prasadam Pashyati, next word 1 unit. 1 plus 1, 2 units. Here also you see the distance is 1 and 1, 2 units. So we prefer the one where the arguments are close, sannihita. Okay, so that sannidhi we take into account, and we prioritize various solutions. We say this is more probable than this one. So have you understood now how we are using akanksha, yogyata and sannidhi in the Shabdabodha Prakriya? Okay. Well, so let us have 1 or 2 more examples, and let us see what kind of relations we would like to express, how we would like to express, etc. This is some practice of your Karaka Prakarana studies, whatever you have done in your college days. Examples. आप लेंगे examples? 1-2 examples ले लीजिए. हाँ, ठीक है, हाँ, ले लीजिए. But given a sentence, let us mark only the relations that are correct in context, taking into account the padarthas. So akanksha, yogyata, sannidhi, everything we are following. Okay, and what will be the relations? Some 2-3 examples he will give.
अहम् एकं वाक्यं स्वीकरोमि, तद् लिखामि अत्र. वाक्यमेवमस्ति, बालः कुञ्चिकया तालम् उद्घाटयति. बालः कुञ्चिकया तालम् उद्घाटयति. अत्र कर्ता कः? बालः. अस्तु. कर्म तालम्. इतोपि किम् अवशिष्टमस्ति? कुञ्चिकया इति. किं भवति तद्? साधनं भवति. तर्हि साधनं भवति चेत् करणं. सूत्रं किम् अस्ति? साधकतमं करणम्. अस्तु. एवम् अस्माभिः सम्बन्धाः अत्र मार्क् क्रियते.
वाक्यं किमस्ति? रामेण गृहं गम्यते इति। अयं कीदृशप्रयोगः? कर्मणि प्रयोगः। कर्मणि प्रयोगः इति कथं ज्ञायते? कर्ता तृतीयविभक्तौ अस्ति। अस्तु, तर्हि एतत् किं भवति? रामेण इति तृतीयविभक्तौ अस्ति इति उक्तं। तर्हि अस्य सम्बन्धः कः? सम्बन्धस्य नाम किम् अस्ति? कर्ता इत्येव खलु। गृहं कर्म कस्यां विभक्तौ अस्ति? गृहमिति प्रथमाविभक्तौ अस्ति। तर्हि कर्मणि द्वितीया अस्ति, कर्मणि द्वितीया। तर्हि द्वितीया भाव्यं, किन्तु अत्र प्रथमा दृश्यते। कथं? कर्मणि प्रथमा वा? प्रथमाविभक्तौ भवति चेत् तर्हि अस्य कर्म इत्येव नाम वा? अनभिहिते इति अधिकारः अस्ति खलु। अभिहिते कर्मणि प्रथमा विभक्तिरेव भवति। गम्यते इति कर्मणि प्रयोगः, अनेन कर्म अभिहितमस्ति। गम्यते इति कर्मणि प्रयोगः अस्ति इति कृत्वा कर्म अभिहितम्। अभिहिते तु प्रथमा विभक्तिरेव भवति। एवम्, अतः कर्म एव। एवम् अवगतम्? अन्यद् उदाहरणं पश्यामः। वाक्यमस्ति अरुणस्य गृहं नगरे अस्ति। अरुणस्य गृहं नगरे अस्ति। अत्र सम्बन्धान् वदन्तु भवन्तः एव। कथं, कुत्र, केन सम्बन्धेन अन्वयति इति। कर्ता कः? गृहं कर्मणा भवति वा? कुतः? कारणं किम्? नास्ति। गृहमिति कर्ता अस्ति, अत्र द्वितीयविभक्तिरपि भवितुम् अर्हति। तर्हि कर्मणा भवति वा? कुतः? कारणं किम्? तदेव कारणम्। अस्ति इति पदम् अस्ति इति न असधातुः, असधातुः अकर्मकः। अतः कर्म आकाङ्क्षा न भवति। अतः गृहमिति कर्ता। अस्तु, अरुणस्य इति अस्ति। कस्यां विभक्तौ अस्ति? षष्ठी विभक्तौ अस्ति। षष्ट्याः कः अर्थः? सम्बन्धः अर्थः। षष्ठीसम्बन्धः इति वक्तुं शक्यते। किं कारकेन, कारकसम्बन्धः वा सः? न भवति खलु। कारकान् षडेव वर्तन्ते षष्ठीं विहाय। अतः क्रियायां नान्वयति। अत्र अरुणस्य गृहम्, अरुणसम्बन्धि गृहम्। अतः अस्य सम्बन्धस्य नाम षष्ठीसम्बन्धः इति। अस्तु, इतोपि अवशिष्टं पदं नगरे इत्येव। तत् कथम् अन्वयति? केन सम्बन्धेन? नगरे इति केन सम्बन्धेन? असधातौ अन्वयति। नगरे इत्युक्ते अधिकरणमस्ति। कुत्र? कुत्र अस्ति आधारः? गृहं कुत्र अस्ति? नगरे अस्ति। अतः आधारो अधिकरणम् इति सूत्रं वर्तते। आधारस्य अधिकरणसंज्ञा भवति। सप्तम्यधिकरणे च इत्यनेन सप्तमीविभक्तिः भवति अधिकरणवाचकात् शब्दात्। अतः अत्र अधिकरणमिति। एवम् अवगतं? भवन्तः एव एकं वाक्यं वदन्तु, यत्किमपि पश्यामः वयं सर्वेपि। एकः यः कोऽपि वदति चेत् वयम् एकं पश्यामः तस्य सम्बन्धः कथं कर्तव्यः इति। एवं भवत्सु यः कोऽपि एकं वाक्यम् उच्यताम्। वक्तव्यं यः कोऽपि यत्किमपि वाक्यं वदति चेत् पश्यामः तस्य सम्बन्धः कथं कर्तव्यः इति वाक्यस्य। सजीव महोदय। बालकः वनम् उपगम्य लेबन्तः तत्सर्वं मास्तु अधुना तदेव लेबन्तः मास्तु इतोपि चतुर्थी पञ्चमी एतत् सर्वं स्वीकृत्य वनं गत्वा सुन्दरम् एकं वृक्षम् आरोहति। समीचीनं। वृक्षम् आरोहति। अत्र कर्ता कः? बालकः। अस्तु, इतोपि किञ्चित् लघु लघु अक्षरैः लिखा। कर्ता कर्म कस्य? तदेव कस्य? अत्र एकैव क्रिया अस्ति वा क्रियाद्वयम् अस्ति वा? क्रियाद्वयम् अस्ति। तर्हि तत्र कर्मद्वयमपि भवति। कथं कुत्र अन्वयति इति उच्यताम्। आरोहणक्रियायाः कर्म वृक्षम्। अस्तु, इतोपि सुन्दरम् एकं किम् एतद्? एतद्वयं कस्य? वन इत्यस्य वा वृक्षस्य? अस्तु, तत् सुन्दरमिति एकमित्यत्र अन्वयति वा उत वृक्षमित्यत्र अन्वयति वा? एकं वृक्षं नास्ति। मम प्रश्नः अस्ति, अहं न जानामि कथं कर्तव्यमिति। अतः सुन्दरमिति एकमित्यत्र अन्वयति? वृक्षमित्यत्रैव। अस्तु, समीचीनं। अस्तु, विशेषणम् एकमिति वृक्षस्य। समीचीनम्। इतोपि अवशिष्टं किमपि अस्ति वा? सर्वं सम्पन्नं वा? कस्यापि सम्बन्धः लुप्तो वा? नास्ति। गत्वा इत्यस्ति। तत्र उक्तं खलु समानकर्तृकयोः पूर्वकाले इति। बालकः वनं गच्छति, सुन्दरम् एकं वृक्षम् आरोहति। अत्र गमनक्रियायाः आरोहणक्रियायाः च कर्ता बाल एव, नाम बालक एव। तदा पूर्वकालिकी या क्रिया अस्ति, आदौ तावत् सः गच्छति, अनन्तरं वृक्षम् आरोहति। तत्र पूर्वकालिकी क्रिया का? गमनक्रिया। गमनक्रिया भवति चेत् पूर्वकालिकीक्रियायां तावत् त्वाप्रत्ययः भवति इति सूत्रार्थः वर्तते। तत्र गमनक्रियायाः कर्ता बालकः एव अस्ति, आरोहणक्रियायाः कर्ता च बालकः एव अस्ति। अतः समानकर्तृकः सः। समानकर्तृकयोः पूर्वकालिकी या क्रिया अस्ति गमनक्रिया, तत्र त्वाप्रत्ययः भवति।
सर्वत्र स्वाप्रत्यान्तपदस्य पूर्वकालिकत्वं भवितव्यमिति नास्ति नियमः। उदाहरणमस्ति, सजीवः स्थित्वा प्रश्नं तत्र पूर्वकालिकस्थित्वा सा धातु स्वाप्रत्ययः। पूर्वकालिकत्वं नास्ति, समानकालिकत्वम् अस्ति।
क्वचित् अन्यद् समानकालिकत्वं कथमस्ति?
अहं तिष्ठन् अस्मि।
आदौ तावत् तिष्ठति, अनन्तरं खलु पृच्छति। अतः क्रियाद्वयम् अस्ति। आदौ तावत् तत्र स्थानक्रिया, तदनेव खलु स्थानक्रियां विना भवतां तावत्
अधुना अपि स्थित्वा क्रियायाः फलं वर्तते। क्रियायाः व्यापारः
फलम् अस्तु, फलद्व्यापारो धातुः।
स्थाधातोः या क्रिया वर्तते, व्यापारः, यः व्यापारः अस्ति तस्य फलमपि समानकालिकम्। अतः पूर्वकालिकत्वं सर्वत्र नास्ति। उदाहरणमस्ति, अत्र शास्त्रे उक्तं मुखं व्यादाय स्वपिति। मुखं व्यादाय स्वपिति, मुखं व्यादाय तत्र मुख व्यादानम् अपि भवति, एवं स्वापः अपि निद्रापि भवति।
अस्तु, तत्र व्यादाय इत्यदस्ति लेप्रत्ययस्य उत्तरकालिकत्वम् अर्थः। लेप्रत्ययस्य उत्तरकालिकत्वम् अर्थः। पश्यन्तु, शाब्दबोधप्रक्रियायां तावत् लेप्रत्ययस्य एतद् उत्तरकालिकत्वमेव अर्थः स्वीक्रियते। निधाय हृदि विश्वेशम् इत्यत्र शाब्दबोधप्रकारे भवन्तः पश्यन्तु ग्रन्थान्, तत्र निधाय ध्यात्वा नाम ध्यानोत्तरकालिकत्वम् अर्थः तस्य। लप्रत्ययविषये उच्यते सर्वत्रापि। तर्हि यदि समानकालकत्वम् इति भवता उच्यते चेत् सूत्रं व्यर्थं स्यात्, समानकर्तृकयोः पूर्वकाले इति। एवं न वा? चिन्तयन्तु एकवारम्। अतः एतत् पूर्वकालिकत्वेन अत्र अन्वयति अनन्तरक्रियायाम्।